changed a bit since then. And yeah, we'll see what happens with the pistols, I'm going to say, on this as well. I'm going to be quite interested on who wins these, because I can say for DGG, I reckon they need a really strong T side. If they don't get that strong T side, they're going to get absolutely blasted here. And I think we are going on to the pistol round here as well as we get back into the game for you guys. And he reckons going to win this one, Wix, okay? He thinks going to win this one.
Honestly, as good as Encore are, I think it's a coin flip. I really do. It's just a 50-50. Toss a coin. If it lands on heads, DGG wins. If it lands on tails, Encore wins. I think it depends on how quick DGG can start. If they get off to a 5-1, 4-1, maybe even, well, 3-1 start onto their T side, they're going to have much more confidence than what they would have had on the latter stages of Overpass. And now, right now, it looks like they're running down Hazard towards this B site.
Yep, Flashman been thrown has on the B side. The B side Ben himself has a love that B side. Savage already rotated over from drop. Now they're trying to hold the site. Savage and Hazard somehow holding this, but Apoc done wins 50-50, does trade out Hazard. Rotations have occurred. One of the players being on A side rotating over. Now, just shoving over currently.
DGG. They got the man disadvantage, Josh, and this isn't the start they would have been hoping for. The bomb is working its way towards mid, and that is where most of these Encore players are not. And Gump is expecting the flank to come in. I'd imagine it being Ustillo, how frequently he flanked on Overpass. What are they planning on setting up? Sterling's also having to play two things at once from elevator and hold mid. A very awkward, spot to play, one that takes a lot of skill and a lot of game sense for sure. Yep. They put Dog and Mizzy, got a shift walk straight into it, and Sterling's completely given it up and given the reins to Apoc. And bang, it's a 1-for-1. DGG's opening towards the B site is there for them for the taking, but Savage, with his back on the edge of the 51st floor, is going to find 2 kills, and that is the start Encore would have been wanting for on their CT side. Disastrous for DGG, and it will be interesting to see now what they decide. Do they go for the Force, or do they hedge their bets in round 3?
Yeah, that was, very nervous there. Like, I was super nervous. I was like going, ooh, no. Like, I gotta like DGG there, despite not winning it. Like, just winning the round. They were very patient. Like, they just withdrew on B. So, like that part, and really kept Encore stewing and thinking. And we're looking for the rotating play before executing. But it ended up not working out. Savage with an impressive clutch. And making it 1-0 for Encore. Not impressive clutch, impressive hold, actually. Now got these MP9s and MP7s and M4s to work with.
Look at the aggression. Gump is not expecting it with the butterfly knife out. And Hazard's getting a little bit loosey-goosey. He's going to hold his ground though. Back himself up because it's all executing out of mid. Apoc, Savage combined for 3. Ustillo finishes off the job with his MP9. It's bonus money for a few players. And they are going to be blooming their economy early doors for Vertigo. DGG Esports now, though, they're going to come right back with the rifles, and they got to take full advantage of the fact that Encore are keeping the MP9s in hand. It's the bonus round for those 2 players. And at this point, I mean, I think that's where they need to go. They need to head into the direction of Hazard, who they know plays the B site. Ustillo as well, he's playing the A site, so either way they're going to be running to an MP9, but Apoc was not expected to die, that's for sure. Ustillo takes his head off, wins out over the AK, and DGG once again early doors in another round. They're on the back foot.
Yeah, the 1-2 punch out, the smoke didn't land in A main, like it just landed a bit before A main, so they had to go in right away. Like, being ready to go. And the 1-2 punch from Ustillo, especially from the tarps, was brilliant. Got through the tarps and took out Apoc. That he was just focusing on Sterling at the top of A, or at the middle of A ramp at Sandbags. Now DGG looking over. Now Encore just peeking out from Crane. One player at Sandbags. The Sandbags player going to be mollied out. That's the main question. The Molotov is going towards Sandbags. Now Sterling, flashbang popped up. Perfect flash takes down Gump, but Evan Mizzy will trade at you. Wombat takes down Savage, and that's all 3 players on the A site eliminated. Rotations coming in. APOC can't see anything. And Hazard rotating as well from B, coming on towards Heaven. Picks up the M4. Can he see anyone's head through the smoke? Just has to see a little cap, and he's going to just shoot at it. I can't see anything.
These are the post plants. These are the post plants that they need to hold, Josh. You know, it wasn't plain sailing on overpass. They've got a serious opportunity now. But Hazard, with the aggressive play on top of the boxes, has found Zeph and Red in position. 2 versus 2. Your Wombat finds APOC. The bomb is going to be tapped, but not stuck. I don't think Hazard can find it again. He finds one. Mizzy's dropped. It's all on your Wombat with the low HP to seal the deal. The diffuse is being stuck. Oh, but in the nick of time, your Wombat finds Hazard. And DGG win a critical first round for them.
I gotta say, that was so important that Wombat gets that kill just then on Hazard. He's dead on sight. 100% if that bomb goes off. So not only does he win the round, he keeps the AK as well.
Yeah, and the fact that, you know, the rest of his team dropped.
Yep.
Meaning that they haven't got enough money for the AKs. So Galils will be out in full force because they need the util. You cannot afford to go into rounds with no util on a map like Vertigo.
So basically Encore have gone a bit all in. M4s and a P250 on APOC. This has to get a 2-tap, really. A lot of HE grenades being thrown to Sterling. Like I said, they've got this new smoke where they deliberately don't smoke A. I think it's deliberate. So Sterling can actually use those angles, and Sterling can go through the tops and take a few players out A main. And realistically, they've got to be prepared to actually look at 2 angles. Now they've actually re-smoked A.
Is it intentional, or are DGG throwing a Molotov to stop the smoke? I'm not sure. It seems like it, because it landed a little bit deeper down ramp last round.
We'll see, see if that, we'll see if that occurs. Like, basically next round, if that can be done all around after on the gun round. Ooh, APOC, quick 2-tap on the gun. Gun just pops out of the danger sign area and is absolutely decimated. But I've got to say, I think it could be intentional as well, because it seems like,
it's possible.
Both Sterling and Stilo are playing off it, like the angles. Like it's not like, oh, whoa, this is missed. They're panicking. They're playing off the angle, like immediately. Sterling 1-2 punch. Both Wombat does trade out. Wombat has been very strong in trading out as well. He just does a run and gun, takes down Sterling, and now it's Mizzy on the site. The bomb isn't there yet. You see the flank takes down Mizzy. Senior Wombat default. Did he? No, I don't think he did. Wombat just moved over. He might be able to get to the A site. Savage may have heard that. He's definitely heard that now. Savage, gotta be careful. That's the back 7. Your Wombat just caught in a rock in a hard place. Well, in between generators. Getting a 3rd round the board for Encore.
Yeah, and a very sticky situation for DGG. Obviously, lost bonus at 2.4k. So if they do save here, or full eco, should I say, it isn't going to be too bad going into round number 6. But of course, with the full eco, you're pretty much giving over the round to the CT side. It's a better start for DGG. I think the rounds that Encore have won, they haven't been plain sailing. Like, they've been some awkward situations, like just then, 2v1, Encore winning. So they're still getting into the economy of Encore. So that's a positive. Encore, it's not all going their way like it was on Overpass, but let's see what these Glocks can conjure up here.
Yeah, I've got to say, like, basically, DGG causing a bit of trouble. Now, okay, Hazard takes down APOC. I've got to say, like, this EU, you know how I said earlier, the EU thing, campaign wars and, a lot of losses and stuff like that? Well, Hazard just then, like, that was just absolute decimation on the B-bomb site. And not to mention as well, Hazard's 2nd kill was very, very impressive. And the 3rd kill as well, like, he just knows, like, they've been practicing so much in EU and the utility and stuff like that, that they just know, like, that pinpoint shot is going to hit someone's head. That will hit stairs here, that will hit stairs here and stuff like that as well. I mean, very impressive to see.
Yeah, I think you've hit it right on the head. Hazard's definitely been in that situation much more times than just once, believe me. He's very well drilled, loves to play that boosted spot and then drop off, just spam through the cardboard as well. It makes you look very good if you hit your shots, and right now it's 3 yellow kills in the kill feed out of nowhere in quick fashion. 1:30 left on the clock, and Encore only have 2 players left alive.
Yeah. You still have seen a player in the task, but just checking A main. There was no smoke from by DGG. It's actually deliberate from Encore. We got the obs picked it up. There's no smoke there at all, and you're Wombat sharp. That's a... What a round from DGG. That's a sharp round. But yeah, there's no smoke thrown by DGG. It's actually a deliberate smoke throw by Encore. But DGG, what a round. They're able to just fight back from the A side. They're just like, we're not going to get bullied at A main anymore. We're going to bully you guys. We know what you guys are trying to do with that smoke in the middle of ramp. We're just going to shoot through it. And we know a player's going to come out of tarps and try to, sneakily take us out. We're going to be prepared for it. And they took out all 3 players on A within a blink of an eye. Now,
that is exactly what DGG need at this point. If they win this round, well, they're most certainly going to get this one tied up as the 1-for-1 comes in. Ustilo does find the frag, but again, the spam through the smoke on ramp has seen DGG pick up 3 more kills. It's another 4 versus 2 scenario. They have the whole of the A bomb site to work with if they want to pursue it. They are still creeping up ramp. They're not too sure what hand Encore are showing them right now, but this is certainly a very nice situation if you're a DGG esports fan.
Yep. Apoc are going to say he can't really reveal himself. If he reveals himself, that means he's going to hit straight away, hit the B. Now Hazza, just going through drop. He's not sure where they're going at the moment. Can only really check like slight angles because he might have to rotate back to Gump. Just as Apoc even gets the eyes on him. Very, very sharp, very, very quick. I'm going to say...
Very cool, calm, collected as well. Like, they get those 3 kills. They didn't just W key towards the site and rush it. They've been sitting here waiting, seeing what Encore are going to do off the back of that 3-man loss. And, well, they got gifted with a kill for their patience. And, you've got a 1 minute 55 seconds for a reason. You may as well use it. That's exactly what DGG are saying now. Hazard last left alive. They even gave themselves extra time to hunt him down if they wanted to do so. It's all looking good for DGG.
Yeah, definitely looking very, very good at the moment. Hazard trying to save his M4. I gotta say, DGG adapting there as well. Like, first map we saw them not really adapting too much, or their adaptions weren't enough to really counter Encore. But DGG's adaptions this time around, the last 2 rounds, they're just like, they're in the smoke somewhere, okay? They're in the smoke somewhere, they're abusing these smokes. And also not to mention as well, DGG deployed that tarp smoke. So Ustilo can't, get in there with impunity, basically. And start hassling them in A main. So that was really impressive from DGG there. Like, they've already adjusted to it. They've already, they're like, hey, Ustilo, you can't do this. We know what you're trying to do. And now it's 4-3 and DGG on the front foot.
Yeah, they certainly are. They should be 4-4, and this Hazard can make something magic happen, put the rabbit out of the hat.
M4A1S does that quite a bit, though.
It does, and especially in the position that he likes to play on B as well. He's already lost half his health. You still also eating a HE grenade to the back. Mizzy waiting for this APOC push in mid, gets his reward. And it looks like it's going to be another cool, calm, collected, well-organised round out of DGG. Again, not in a rush. With the APOC pistol being spotted out, they know it's going to be an eco from 4 out of the 5 players at this point. And, if we look at the money on Sterling and APOC right now, like, they're only getting 2.4k out of this round. So they're still not going to be in a prime spot for their money.
Yep.
Sterling's certainly not going to be able to afford an AWP, which he really wants at this stage of the game. We're over halfway into the first half at this point, and I don't think he's had an AWP once, has he?
No, not yet. Or actually, maybe he has. He should have had by this point. I mean, they got on early. Oh, no, maybe they did, because they only had M4s and MP9s previously. But APOC died. Going to the 8 bombs. It takes down Sterling. And Savage with USB, not really much he can do. Hazard's lost the M4 as well. It's just Ustilo left. And Flashbang goes in. Ustilo at Tetris. Is he going to get a kill? Could he go for a knife?
Oh,
It does double think APOC dud, but that's going to be pretty much it. They know he's here. I wouldn't be surprised if he's just peeked outright by Mizzy here. Oh, could they let him stew? He'll die to the bomb anyway. Do they know how low HP still is? I know he's at Tetris. I've been watching Tetris. Okay, the RGL you want, but does it instead. Makes it 4.
He's that busy, mate. If you're not going to peek him, just leave it to me. Bang. See you later.
You know what? I'm going to go with your method, okay? And say they were being very patient, okay? With what you said earlier, okay? That they're being incredibly patient.
Yeah, I think it's the best. Honestly, I would not have said it pre-game. But I think DGG, with the way they're playing right now, it feels like it's also catching Encore off guard. Like Encore is sitting there thinking, well, they've just got 3 frags. Why on earth are they not W keying towards the site? Because 99% of the time, teams that have, the disadvantage like this finally get a 3K, back to back to back. They just go for it, They just W key towards the site. Let's try and win the round as fast as we can. But DGG, they're showing their level-headed selves, and they're showing their experience as well. They do have a lot of experience throughout their team. Obviously, Apoc Dud recently playing for Vertex, who had some good runs in qualifiers towards the early stage of this year and the later stages of last year. So they do have a good roster, on paper, and like you said, they had a very good performance in the ANZ Champs as well.
Yep. Wombat slowly but surely got to A ramp. Scaling being thrown at smoke, so they probably know roughly someone's at sandbags at least. With that Molotov being thrown over, flashbang being thrown in. They're checking. Flash being thrown in as well. Just dropping back currently. Encore couldn't find anyone. Back being thrown at the top, just trying to buy time using the utility slowly. DGG trying to do them slowly as well. Savage checking ramp once again. They're just backing off at the moment, but they are going for an execute. Here comes the execute coming in here now. Sterling trying to filter these flashes on the chip rock towards heaven. Spots one at ramp. This will give the information to Yustillo. Yustillo almost caught it. Top set with the trade. Quick trade buddy offer as well. Savage, he find anyone? Oh, he's actually seen the blood pattern as well. He knows someone's in there, but he can't finish it off. And DGG have been able to just dismantle the A defense, but Hazard takes down Zeph at sandbags. That's a hard one to do. He knows someone's around here in the smoke. Now he sees a player on site, has to dodge the flash though. You want that from ramp. They know one player's on default, one player's on ramp. Savage will take out the player on default. Now he's looking for the ramp player. Finds the ramp player, but Yorba just swings a bit further and makes it 5 on the board.
And again, DGG Esports, their patience just paying off, baiting out Util. There was 25 seconds left on the clock. They were all the way up to top ramp because they managed to get the control of sandbags. And suddenly Encore looked at themselves and went, wait, we don't have any smokes, Molotovs, or HEs left. We've only got flashbangs. Because DGG just baited out all the smokes that Encore had in their pockets. So, very well played. Looks like they will be headed towards B, thick and fast. This time round, Apoc's going to be caught, but he's not going to be killed. And Hazard, with a deagle, needs to find some one-tapperoonies.
Yeah, definitely needs to find some one-tapperoonies here. Definitely needs to find them. Now, I gotta say, once again, DGG playing very, very patient. Incredibly patient.
Just so slow, cool, calm, collected. Like, to be honest, it's good to see. Because, they're not straying away from what's worked for them so far. Your Wombat waiting for the Savage push to come in, finds it, and that's going to be their opening towards A. They see the pistol, they know what sort of buy they're up against as they're going to head towards the A site. Bomb is still waiting at top ramp. They're going to get all their util out. They're probably going to wait for these smokes to get through the last stages before they start fading away as Zeph finds Hazard, getting a little bit loosey-goosey from heaven. And that's probably going to be it for the round, folks. 2 pistols left in the hands of the 2 Encore players. And Apoc, Dud and Mizzy will seal it, will nail in the coffin for round 10. And DGG are starting to put away on their T side now.
Yeah, they're just really just pushing it over now, man. Just really pushing it over. They just put pedals to the metal, and they just can't match it Encore at the moment. They just can't put a stop to it. They always just get a triple kill to enter the round, and it's just basically all over Red Rover for Encore before it even really starts. And even with the slow executes, they can do them slowly. They quickly get it out. It's just, realistically can't do anything about it.
Well, yeah, Eustilo's really been having a tough time with short as well. When he does find a kill, he's quickly traded. He can never seem to find the 2K, which is what is so pivotal in this A hold. And oh boy, it's going to be APOC versus Eustilo on short, but the T side wins out again. APOC finds Mizzy elsewhere. The bomb has not been committed just yet, though, because Gump is trying to find some information towards B. Zeph playing around this smoke as well. 4v4 scenario, HP advantage just lies with the CT side, but utility certainly lying with the T's as 2 Molotovs, a smoke, 3 flashbangs, and a HE grenade is what is still laying in the pockets or sitting in the pockets for the DGG side. They're gonna start heading towards a Savage and APOC are gonna swing together. Zeph is gonna find APOC. Savage has it all to do as he finds 2. 35 left on the clock and it is ticking faster by the second. It feels like as Savage is holding the site with everything he's got. A highlight play for him, and Zeph needs to conjure something special, something magical, something out of this world if he wants to win the round. Savage is not going to let it happen. It's a 4K hold for him on the A ramp, and Encore find their winning ways again.
Yeah, they really need that win around Encore, because it just seems like that DGG were doing what Encore did to them on Overpass and just really stomping all over them. But Encore with a big hold there, and Savage with a very impressive hold. Like, basically, he was on, like, bare bones HP, 16 HP, and able to just fend off everything that came out for DGG. You know, basically, your Wombat, he went down trying to finish him off. I was very impressive. I think Has actually heard some movement. Jump, takes down Hazza. Now, DGG, let's see if they can hit that A site. Well, not A site, B site. Because most of the action has been on that A site. But I'm wondering if they're trying to switch things up and hit that B site instead, given the fact that just dwelling outside B main and Gump's just under stairs, lurking. Because they've taken Hazza out, which means Savage has to, or APOC has to rotate. It was Savage before.
You can see how awkward Encore are finding this situation right now. APOC doesn't really know what he wants to do. Does he want to play from headshot? Does he want to play from Gen? And the same goes for Savage. Does he want to play from CT or does he want to play for Elevator for the fast A? Rotate. He's certainly going to be wanting to play Elevator now because Eustilo's dropped. It's 2 players left on this A site for Encore. Sterling, the AWPer, has been dropped as well. Savage is going to quickly trade, but the bomb is being committed towards the B site at this point, and no one for Encore is here to defend. It's a 4 versus 2, this time over on B, and it should be going the DGG's way if everything goes to plan.
Yep, just checking the side out. Just trying to get generators control as well. Like, having gen control is huge, because they won't go for a retake if they, don't have gen control. Yeah. No point, really. And it's going to be 7-5.
Like, the economy as well is just so bad for them right now, Encore. They can't seem to get anything going. They get the Sterling AWP saved as well, but yeah, I think you're completely correct. Like, with no generator control, it's so hard to take B. I don't know. I mean, it's up for debate, but what would you say is more difficult to take with no control? Dust 2B or Vertigo B?
I'd say Dust 2B, then you put Nuke B second. B side Nuke is very hard to retake.
Yeah, yeah. It's always the B side, man. Always the B side.
Yeah, it's just a better site, It's B for better. A for alternative, okay, side. It works well in my mind, okay? So it's the alternative side that you don't want, but the better side is the B side.
There's not very many positive adjectives that are beginning with A, is there?
Amazing.
About it. Okay,
awesome.
Yeah,
let's start.
I'm paid to talk English. It's absolute.
Alionzi? Oh, actually, that's from Doctor Who, and that's not actually a word. But anyway. You know what? I gotta think of everything, good adjectives starting with A for the rest of the half, which won't be very long because I actually forgot. But either way, DGG, 7 rounds. Can they get 10 on Vertigo? Savage, he sees ahead at the crane sandbag, takes an A box. That's going to check A main a bit more, and he doesn't see anybody. Is he going to pick this up? Ooh, spots another at that sandbag, taking down the IGL Wombat. Now Zeph goes for a pot, but he feels Savage is nearby at the sandbags, given the fact they've lost ramp control. So they're just like, just you know, they're somewhere out there. Okay, it's the first few rounds where DGG were succeeding. They're like, there's someone behind this smoke, and we're just going to shoot at it, see if it connects.
Wait a minute. What's Apoc done here? He's pushed all the way through mid this time. And he's probably just going to clear B, so these Encore Esports Club players can start working their way towards A and hold. Good to see, actually, that Encore have reacted to exactly how DGG have played. They've got that first 2 kills towards A ramp. Then they just go back towards the site and play the percentages, play the numbers. They're going to give up the control of ramp because they don't need it at this point. 30 seconds left on the clock. And it's all for DGG to do now as Zeph has opened things up. That's Savage gone. Probably the star player for Encore so far on this map number 2 as Ustilo from heaven. It's all going Encore's way. 15 seconds left on the clock as Sterling finds Gump. It's a good team performance for Encore as they fire back. It's going to be a close finish to the first half between these sides. And who's going to come out on top? It could be anyone at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to say there. I think Encore are giving DGG a bit of their own medicine. You know, they got the 2 kills, and then they went back in the sites, and they're like, you know, you guys deal with it, okay? You guys stew on those 3 players for a bit, okay? And also, your Wombat loading that smoke as well for the tarps. You see that smoke? That's what I was talking about. Savage was doing it earlier as well. You know, this kid's got that smoke for the tarps, so you still can't, you know, be an absolute nuisance as he's been trying to do to DGG for a bit. And I guess, you know, I think DGG's been learning a bit as well from these nade setups. And that's actually good to see, you know, from a younger team where they, you know, will go to the demos, will put the full practice in and stuff like that to really match the veterans as well, to, you know, to really show that they're dedicated to the game. You know, they want to become a better team, basically. Because a few AU, you know, talent and people being the scenes and stuff like that, basically a lot of people have said, like, you know, you got to really stick together as a team for a bit as well. And, like, really, people call it the Vertex method and stuff like that. Hazard tries to just push in further to B main, but taken out by Mizzy. Zeph takes down Sterling and Savage. Now he's got to potentially make a play here as well. Picks up the AWP. But they've got to, you know, stick together as a team and really crack hard and work hard and really stick to schedule and regiment. And DGG have done exactly that. And Napok takes down Savage, and they can go into that A side here.
Just a very good recovery overall for DGG, you know, to come back off the overpass with how bad it really was.
Yep.
That's putting it lightly as well. And for them to come back on T-side Vertigo in this way, in this fashion, has been very admirable, I've got to say. But the bomb doesn't go down. Ustilo, HE landing at the perfect point for him as Mizzy's going to find Apoc. They know where Ustilo is at this point. One place that HE could have come from as Wombat, the IGL, making it happen for his side again. As DGG confirmed the first half win, and they're in a very, very good spot to come out with a 9-6 first half. The money for Encore is not good. Sterling is going to be on a deagle with a bit of util. It's 3 M4s. Hazard also on a deagle. So Hazard probably can't even make the aggressive plays on B like he likes to do. So it's all going to be up to DGG here. If they keep playing the way they are, they should be finishing with a 9-6, but it's going to be a very quick start towards B. Hazard already backing off to the site and using that smoke and asking for a rotation. Apoc's going to be your man.
Savage just heard the AWP, so Zeph's going to be taken out quickly. He heard it. Decides to push through. Good opener. Actually cleared A main, so they know no one's in A main. So Hazard gonna be hearing a lot of sound cues. He knows a few people are here, and Hazard's gonna be a bit, I'm gonna say right now, a bit panicky about this because they're wall banging him. Apoc's gonna, you know, try and make sure they don't get IDs, and Apoc does snipe them through catwalk. Now, they have the team and takes down Gulp, but traded by your Wombat as they probably charge through to the B. Bomb site Sterling rotating quickly. He sees 2 players, one on catwalk and one at the B side entrance. He can be wall banged and molly here. Sterling desperately finding out which player is pushing forward, and Wombat has got a second heavily damaged Savage in the exchange, so they might actually just run to A, but no, Savage is preventing them. He's actually tagged Mizzy through the danger zone as well, and they might actually run to A at this stage. Ooh, Savage is actually reading this as well. Thinking they're going to run to A. They're going to check middle. Does he hear anything? If they move quickly, he's going to hear it. But Savage is going for a big brain play. Or is he going for the A hit? I thought he's going to go for a big brain play and come up behind them. Because he's going down through ladder room at the moment.
I like how much Mizzy's bugged out the map there with the boost. It's such a clever boost as well. DGG has played this to perfection. Again, slowed down. They've made Savage kind of outplay himself in the round. And being on the HP they're on with that boost, you're only exposing your head anyway, so you're dead to rights if you do get shot. Doesn't matter what HP you're on. And DGG will get the bomb planted. Now, do they read Savage coming from behind your own lines? Let's see. Savage trying to find out where these players are, but they're going to just push out and get control of CT. And the plant is for that post-plant position as well. Savage swings out, finds Mizzy. This is a crucial 1v1 to win. And Savage, with his 22nd kill after 15 rounds, is going to get Encore on 7 and within touching distance into the second half.
Yeah, we'll go to a quick break. 8-7, as close as you can get. We'll be back in a quick 3-minute break, guys. Stay seated, okay? It's going to be an epic one. Probably go to overtime. Be right back.
I can feel your touch, even when you're not here. You mean more than much. Make me see clear, and I can breathe the air. You're my favorite song on the radio. All of me, my spirit and halo. You're my comfort, my rhythm and blues. You're the headlines in the morning news. I carry you wherever I go. You're in my heart till I'm weak and old. I carry you, you brighten my soul, making me glow. I carry you wherever I go. I can see your face in a crowd of millions. No one can take your place. The only one that can guide me through the maze. You're my favorite song on the radio. All of me, my spirit and halo. You're my comfort, my rhythm and blues. You're the headlines in the morning news. I carry you. I carry you wherever I go. You're in my heart till I'm weak and old. I carry you, you brighten my soul, making me glow. I carry you wherever.
Welcome back, folks, to what is going to be a thrilling second half of map 2. Of course, Encore coming into this one 1-0 ahead. But in the second map, DGG are telling a very different story to what we were told on Overpass. A solid 8-round T side is going to give them the little boost up. And, well, if they can win the pistol, they are certainly in pole position to be putting this one to the third map, which will all be decided on Nuke. And I think Nuke is definitely a map that favors both teams. Maybe just slightly Encore, just based off the experience that they've had in the EU region on it. But we will see.
Especially since the start, Encore were really bullying DGG and they weren't letting DG entering sites. It's been a very, very good recovery there from them.
Smoke wall is going to completely flood out GGG out of the A site. The bomb plant's going to be free, and it's going to be a standard A site pistol retake for the CT side as Encore will punch in the digits. There's going to be no players to drop. A bit of damage done to Hazza and Yowombat. Yowombat having a brilliant game, by the way, considering he's the IGL. This player you don't lean on for frags too much. 15 frags after the first half is very, very reasonable, to say the least. And here we go. Retake commences as Hazza drops. And so does Gum Savage as well. It's all filling up in the kill feed. The bomb's defused in the meantime as well. Nothing that Sterling can do about it. And that is the start to the half that DGG would have been wanting.
Yeah, good distraction there. Very good distraction play, actually. When all the chaos was happening, the flashbangs and the P250s were firing, no one could hear the defuse noise. And when the person did, they killed one player. Like, diffuser's gone. But it actually wasn't a diffuser. So that's a, extra benefit of putting a second player in the smoke, is that they may think they've taken out the player who's, who's diffusing, but they haven't. It's given them a big victory here as well. And they kept a few players alive as well, so it allows them to invest in those Masters and MP9s, and Hazard's just going to be HE'd out. And J-Poc Dud is just cleaned up these stairs. Great flash in from Mizzy. A lot of action happening on both sides of the map. Both teams are going to stay on their T side, are just executing off each other. Like, two little squads of 2 to 3, basically. Now, I've also got to say as well, been very, very good from Encore to get that bomb plant in a 5v5. Sometimes can be very, very difficult. Sterling, actually going to be walking around.
Again, DGG playing very similar to how they were playing on the T side. They get their first few kills of the round, then they just back up, take it easy, and kind of that, Encore outplay themselves. And right now, Gum has spotted Sterling, expected to jump up to come in. Zeph with the off angle as well, top of the boxes. He's been boosted up. It's all on Sterling, and he cannot get a single one. As Gum with the famous, he's going to seal the round for them. 10-7 DGG right now, and they are looking very, very comfortable in home territory.
Yeah, most definitely. I gotta say, like, the Molotov as well, like, this is like Overpass all over again, but roles reversed. Like, the Molotov, like, basically the second order, as I said before, the Molotov being thrown immediately, thinking that Sterling's gonna go for a plant when that smoke goes up, trying to deny him that default plant. And in the peak as well, like, Sterling's already taken a lot of damage from it. Ooh, Apoc's been hit with a HE grenade early, really, really early. Also, gotta say, the HE grenades as well, on that first round, the pistol round, where Encore just moved back expecting those HE grenades, that was actually really impressive from them as well. Expecting utility to come in. And Sterling being boosted up. Looking towards sandbags, looking for a 1D. Will any of the DGG players peek out? Not actually holding very, very passive angles, actually. No one has held a direct angle towards A main yet. From sandbags, Wolfing Sterling seen it, lines it up, misses the first shot, Gump takes down the bomb of Hazza, but the bomb can be easily retrieved, and now Zeph can actually cover that angle. There's actually a bit of a problem here, because they can't... Okay, they've recovered the bomb now on Savage, but they actually couldn't... Savage got to be careful here. If Savage even gets tagged once, he's dropping the bomb in A main. But I think at this point, the round's lost. Sterling picking up the Deagle. Should be 11 here for DGG. Beautiful from Seth there. Beautiful. Probably about 0.75 seconds away. Just nails it.
This is a really big round for Encore, Josh. If they can't pick up this buy round and they don't get a plant either, it's going to be an eco in the next round. That's going to see DGG 3 rounds away from winning the map with full momentum.
And look at that money, as you said. You've always said this, DGG, if they keep 4 or 5 alive, it's going to get worse the next 2 rounds if they keep 4 or 5 alive, because look at that money in the bank already. You always hammer on it, about that money in the bank.
And Eddie Doors, it's DGG striking again. It just always seems to be, 80% of the time that these DGG striking first. And Encore don't really know what's about to hit them. Hazard's going to find one. Your one back finds two with a Galil. How's he still got that weapon? Or he's not got it anymore, as Hazard is going to find him. Meanwhile, Mizzy's just playing around this smoke. DGG have the one-man advantage to play with, but Hazard coming in on the flank. This is going to be Mizzy gone, surely. He is dead to rights at this point. And Mizzy somehow finds APOC before he's traded out. He doesn't even die, Josh!
I don't know how Gum survived. I don't know how he survived that. I really don't. But good save from Gump there. Just adding in the Gump meme, okay? Good save, Gump. Because it's actually a very good save because his teammate was under a lot of pressure there.
Well, APOC doesn't even need to peek in that situation. He's got Hazard flanking for him. All he really needs to do is just shoot through the smoke or just do a little taps to let Mizzy know that he's there. And, you know, Hazard picks up the kill instead. He gives Mizzy the kill. Hazard's then found in the back. It's just disastrous stuff. Encore, unfortunate as well, you know, at the same time. But yeah, DGG just one-way traffic. It feels like both the teams have just switched accounts because it feels very much like Overpass with this DGG performance right now. Pretty much mirroring what how Encore were playing on their CT side of Overpass.
Yeah, it sounds like, you know, it's just altitude. You know, Overpass is below sea level. Let's assume that, okay? And Vertigo is above sea level. So altitude. Clearly the difference, okay? So who will win on Nuke? That's the main question on that logic. DGG?
Maybe.
Nah, it would be, no, it would be Encore, because sorry, I said below sea level, so it would be Encore, okay? Encore would win based on that logic. But APOC, he's got on a bit of a tear. Can he get the last one thing? Zeph says, access denied. Zeph burning to see a few more, crosses crosshair, but he's decided not to burn any longer. You still Mizzy was a bit lucky there, because you still wanted that one dig, hits the shoulder, and Mizzy just quickly flicks over and just hopes for a quick deletion. Now Savage, he's actually got himself really up into the A side, and this is the problem with DGG. They do not know that Savage is like this close, stealing, going for the bomb plant. We'll get the bomb plant in the end. APOC can't really do much, and Savage got the first one tapped, and APOC does this like, yeah, you know what? I can do this too, okay? That's going to be a 13th round for DGG, but some critical economy damage dealt by Encore there.
Yeah, and I think it just goes to show Encore really struggling to pick up a round when Savage isn't fragging. Let's not forget he came into the second half with 22 kills. We've had 5 rounds and he's only found 1, so really slowed down Savage. 23 kills after 20 rounds, though, is still not bad, don't get me wrong. It's just, I just don't think it's a coincidence that Encore aren't picking up rounds where Savage isn't fragging, because Sterling still back on 5 kills, APOC still back on 6. It's not been good for, you know, a few players on this Encore side, despite the fact that they have got 7 rounds. And yeah, DGG just taking full advantage of it, and you can't blame them.
Now Encore being a lot more aggressive, actually, as they've pushed up ramp already. Got one player in towards Secret. Gump just backing out. He's already heard a smoke. He feels like someone's in Secret already. We'll get a bit of damage, but Hazard's just wide peeked out, knowing that Gump's probably not looking. Zeph's not even a chance, and Zeph's usually very good at the reflexes there. Hazard just steps into it from Secret. They've got access. Savage tries to take on as a lurk play towards Mizzy, feeling that Mizzy was rotating. He was correct, but Mizzy, he wins the duel. Now Mizzy making a lot of noise. Castillo should have a freebie there, and he does. The lobster catches Mizzy in its giant claws as he tries to exit. You know, lobsters do have, you know, giant pincers. Actually, they are pincers, not claws. Either way.
I'm watching a series on YouTube about where the guy saved the lobster.
Bit of a vice
It's
grip.
good content. Gone.
Okay. You know, what's that lobster video about? She should ask about that.
So this guy purchased a lobster from like the supermarket.
Yep.
And he thought he'd just keep it as a pet instead of eating it. And he's been like documenting how the lobsters live in his life. Basically, it's very cool. It's very interesting. Some would say delicacy. Some would say a pet.
We got a timeout here. DGG calling a timeout. It's been the first round that Encore have won this half, and it's immediately hit the emergency button. You win 1 round, timeout. You're not winning anymore, okay? You know, we don't like this. We don't like you winning rounds.
Yeah, I honestly I really like it. Like I've been coaching an undisclosed team for towards the later stages of last season, and you know I think we've been cementing in the fact when you're on a run like DGG are on right now, as soon as the opponents pick up one round after like 8-9 of asking, just hit them with a timeout, absolutely kill their momentum, and just talk things over. Where did it go wrong in that last round, and how can we make sure it won't happen again? Because if a team is picking up like one round out of the last 9, they're most likely going to go back to exactly what went well for them. So you can sort of counter strat, you know, work around it, and Zeth's doing just that. He's opened things up with APOC. Gump leaving Hazard on 1 HP. The HE's going to get him out of the round. And again, it's DGG winning the duels on ramp. It's 2-0 in the frag department and a 5v3 situation for the CT side.
I'm gonna say, you should have seen that little view there. Has his like body just ran into the wall. Definitely like just trying to run away from that HE grenade desperately. And can't, because they say that aggression on the ramp gives him this 2-man advantage. Now Sterling, he knows that's here. Elbow shot, beautiful. Now Wombat is gonna be very nervous. Now, can he take down Savage? Savage has been on a bit of a streak. The IGL does take down Savage, but he knows Sterling's probably coming behind him. Or anywhere at this stage with Wombat, you know, just getting a bit itchy on the trigger finger. Can Sterling line them up for a potential double? Sterling has given himself away. Flashbang being thrown in. HE towards Sterling as well, trying to push him off his angle desperately. Trying to give a bit of a shoulder peek too. They've got the bomb somewhat on a different angle. Sterling trying to open up.
They are
Also,
not giving him any shot of getting a kill, are they? Like, look at his patience.
They've given him a bit of information that I know one player's at Tetris, but that's it. Stillo down to 1v2. You still can get the bomb in the side. Jeez, Gum, I gotta say that's very, very ballsy from Gum. Given the fact he can be playing it safe and just go for the round win by time. You know, there's only 6 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. Just not giving Encore any chances in the round, and we saw it with Sterling. Like, Sterling waited for a kill. Like, how is no one peeking me yet? I could hear 3 players on A. Why are they not peeking into me? And it's because if you give players like Sterling, who haven't had the best of times in a map, if you give them like a 2K or a 3K, you allow them to hit some nice shots, suddenly a flame has ignited throughout their fingers on their mouse, and they just seem to hit everything. DGG eliminating that chance of happening. It's very hard as an AWPer to find kills if no one is walking into your scope.
Yep. Also, so we've got a small tech pause going at the moment. Should be going back live shortly. And I've got to say here, DGG on a bit of a, well, back onto a rampage. And I think your little idea worked. I think the timeout, you know, just after they went around worked. I gotta say, the switch to the aggression was just incredible. But I gotta say, you know, you still almost turned that around on its head, but DGG using their superior numbers. What do you think about the game overall at the moment?
I think the biggest point of emphasis that we need to highlight is DGG are winning the ramp battle 90% of the time. And that's the reason why they have a 6-round lead right now. Not just on the T side, on the CT side as well. And Encore just haven't seemed to have found any sort of, you know, answers to the Sudoku puzzle that DGG have been thrown at them on ramp. You know, they've been smoking it, yes, but then they're being spammed down through the smoke. DGG have thrown out that little deep smoke of their own and still managing to find frags through the one way. Just, yeah, it's not been a good showing, a usual showing that we see from Encore all in all. And I think it's just down to GGG playing well. I wouldn't say Encore are necessarily playing bad. I just think GGG are playing very well, just counter-stratting at this point, you know?
Yeah.
Abusing the fact that ramp is working very well for them. Encore seem very weak on it. Maybe they've, you know, highlighted that from previous VODs. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Encore, they are in a very sticky situation right now. And DGG are just making them pay for it. They want to get onto Nuke as fast as possible and continue this upper bracket run.
Yep.
But yeah, we will see. The money certainly is lying in the pockets of DGG right now. They have plenty to play with. If they lose a buy round, they're going to be able to buy up again. If Encore win a round and it's a 1v1, the buy's not going to be great for them still. And with DGG on 14 rounds, you haven't got much margin for error, and any errors are going to be amplified by, what, 10 times, 100 times? Put a number
Yep.
on it.
Yeah, most definitely. And I've got to say as well, like, with DGG, winning that ramp battle on the CT side as well is even more impressive. And not to mention as well, they've been
We are back underway.
Yeah, we are back underway, sorry. About that, I just, I gotta tell you guys right now, okay, in the crowd, I did have a bit of long COVID, okay? And now, I've evolved from, having the coughing and the breathlessness to now the brain fog. It's coming back with a vengeance. It's like, those horror movies where the evil swamp monster comes out from the swamp? That's brain fog. It's like, yeah, I'm here. But overall, like, DGG have been, their aim's been very, very sharp on this map as well. Like, incredibly sharp. So doing the little boost here. I want Hazard. Oh, Hazard does see it here. He does check for it. But Apoc he just snatched at it. He could have taken down Hazard as well, but Hazard was very, very cognizant of that. Very meticulous, just checking that. And now they've won the battle on ramp, actually. And the Molotofs have been thrown in by DGG. They're trying to catch a bit of damage on Hazard. And others, they're still there and out. But they are not. Hazard's still lurking. Hazard's, this is actually the hard part for Hazard. Now it's made harder because Zeph wins that duel on secret. Blackbane goes up. Hazard just sprays anyway, takes out Gump. And it's a 2-for-2 trade. I don't know how Hazard takes out Gump there. Gump's gonna be like, oh, come on. Well, it looks like someone. Ooh, Savage barely lives. Zeph has to get out. And Molotov's gonna smoke out Zeph. And they're gonna, when you can't.
They're running.
When you can't live with your failure to execute A, where do you go? Back to B. And that's exactly what they've gone for the quick execute. Mizzy, he sees the player at danger sign. He's like, please help. Everyone's coming to B from Encore. They got 15 seconds. You still have walks over to Molotov. Takes Mizzy. Oh, they just stopped it. And that's going to be 15 for DGG. Let's Apoc can perform miracles. Can he? Mizzy.
3 seconds.
Ooh, Mizzy's just dodging and weaving and kills him after round. That's perfection. He's using that pole. I'm not sure if he's using that pole. He's just clutching for dear life on that pole. It's just like, please block everything. Please block everything. Please block everything. And takes out Apoc after round. And that's 15, 8, 7 map points. So,
Just take a guess at this point. I mean, we're assuming DGG will be going on to Nuke at this stage of the game. If not now, I think maybe in a couple rounds time, because it's just been pure dominance from their side. And showing that they don't have any quit inside them. They don't know what the word means right now, as Justilo's getting his way through mid. Misses his shot, so he's going to have to back off with no one to trade him out as well. If it does go wrong, no surprise that he does look to reposition. Sterling, a very rare outing from him. Still in the single digits, and Apoc as well. After the incredible side that, or the incredible overpass that he had, it's been the polar opposite on Vertigo. And DGG, I think it's just down to the fact that they're playing so well. Zeph playing the aggressive angle on short, your Wombat playing the counter flash, the anti-flash, whatever you want to call it, but it looks like he's not going to be needed. They're not flashed out, and they're going to be doubling up from short, and now they'll be able to take off this A side. Zeph is not missing right now. Hazard's going to trade out. They don't expect your Wombat to be playing here as well, though. It's Hazard in a 1v3, make it 3v0. DGG come out on top in their map pick on Vertigo. We are getting the full 3 maps of this best of 3 to start off our day, and we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Take a breather, don't go anywhere, and get yourselves buckled in for what's going to be an exciting Nuke.